Hello everybody, how y'all doing today? Let me scoot the camera back a little bit. It's me, Justin, with the Crafty Brother. Hope everybody's doing wonderful. There you go, that should be better. Hopefully y'all can see everything okay. Come on in and say hello. Tilt you up just a little bit. There we go, that's much better. Guys, I'm Justin with the Crafty Brother. That's my page name. But I'm also being streamed on Paint Pixie's page today. Oh, we have some friends. Hey, friends. Hey, Mama Jerry. Hey, Donna. So good to see you. Hello, Carolina. Mama Jerry. I already said hi to you, but hey, girl. Hey, Regina. How are you? Hello, Natalie. So good to see you. I'm getting the comments pulled up here, and then I'll show you what we're going to be working on, guys. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Okay, what's going on here? Don't be crazy. Don't be crazy. Hello, Retha. Hello, Sandy. Hello, Lion and Sharon and Dana. How you doing? Hello, Denise. Happy Tuesday. Hope everybody's doing well. Let me get the comments pulled up here and then we'll get started. There we are. Hey, Becky. Hey, Brenda. So good to see you. Hello, Jeanette. Hey, Elaine. How are you? So, if you guys have never seen me make a fairy door, it's been a while, but I've been making them for about 3-4 years now. And I first got the idea because at my old place, I had this amazing magnolia tree and we were making a little walkway and we put lights on the magnolia tree. Hello, Tammy. How you doing? Hey, Devonna and Jill. How are you? And Mary Tayo and Patricia Atkins. And so I looked on Amazon and there's little fairy doors that were like this big. They wanted like $50 for them and I was like, ooh, that's a little outside of my budget. So I went down to my basement and I had an abundant supply of extra tote lids, like storage container lids. And I was looking at them and I said, that kind of looks like a door. So the way that I prep these and the way that I seal them, you can put them outdoors, but just bring them inside during the winter, fall probably, and then anytime you get like severe weather, hail, and then just seal them every year, and they're fine. So they're inexpensive to make. Don't see me on Paint Pixie. Okay, let me see. We had issues last time too, but I cross-posted over there. So I'm hoping that they're getting my videos. Let me see. Let me check over here. Oh, there I am. Yeah, I'm on Paint Pixie's page. Okay, let me see who's commenting over here. Same comments. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started, guys, and I'll show you. So I've not done a lot of prep work, but you will need to prime these because they are plastic, right? And you can use the smaller sizes too. This is a ginormous one. This one is like a 24 by 36. And all I've done is I took a knife and then I cut out, traced it with a little Sharpie, the shape that I wanted the window to be. And then I just cut it out with a kitchen knife. But it is a little bit safer if you use a wood burning tool, but just make sure you do that outside. Because anytime that you're burning plastic, you don't want to be inhaling those fumes. So you can use a wood burning tool and then cut that out. That's usually what I do, but mine's still in storage. And then I made 2 little holes in the side, but all I'm saying is like you don't have to run out and get a wood burning tool if you don't have one. You can just use a regular X-Acto knife or a kitchen knife. Just be very, very careful because knives can slip on that plastic and I'd hate for somebody to get injured. So be very, very careful. Use adult supervision. Hello, Roberta. How you doing? Hey, Gianna. So good to see you, friend. Hey, Mary Tayo. How you doing? So I'm rolling up my sleeves, guys, and we're going to get started. So once again, I just put 2 holes in each side. This is going to be for the wire hanger. Cut out the window, and then I selected a little spot for my knob, and then I put a hole there, okay? For knobs, guys, I've got a couple options here. I get these from Amazon. They're very, very beautiful, but these are just cabinet drawer knobs. So they're very inexpensive. You can find them at Hobby Lobby. Even Dollar Tree has them sometimes. They've got the glass knobs. They're very, 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 very pretty. Hey, Josie, there you are. How you doing, friend? Hey, Stella, so good to see you. And guys, today I am on Paint Pixie's page, so I'm going to be using all Paint Pixie products. This is my egg carton of colors that we're going to be using. I did add a couple little things of unicorn spit just to brighten a couple shades. But I've got, these are all the colors. It looks like a lot of paint, but these are so fun to make, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and get out the little Frenchie. Let's use this one. I'm going to get a paper towel. And then I'm going to, this little edge around here, usually I paint this brown so it'll look like wood. And then I'll just pick a color. Today we're going with teals, blues, and greens. And then we're going to go with pink flowers. So we're kind of going with pinks and teals because that's kind of trending right now. Hey Mary Light, how you doing? So, thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you. Hey Pam, how you doing? Tell us about the head. That was in the palette, guys. Look at him. He's been in the kitchen for a couple days, but it's a boy, I think, because look at his chest. I don't know. He's in the mystery palettes, and he ain't got no hair, but I love him. I squealed with delight when I pulled him out of there. I like the weird stuff. And they do have a mannequin in the auction this week. I put it on my watch list, but no palettes that I can see. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to go ahead and start with the darkest brown, which is going to be the chocolate souffle. Chocolate souffle is what I got here. And then we're going to be using some of the new color that we just used yesterday. I mean, it's not new for Paint Pixie, but it's new for me to use. It is the khaki color chai latte. Chai latte. So we're using the dark brown, and I did use a spray sealer, guys. This is the spray sealer I use. You can get it at Walmart for $5-6. I use this as a primer and a sealer with these outdoor projects, but I am going to use their force field as well. Once we get this painted, I will use the force field, and then I'm going to use the spray sealer as well, just because this is going outside. And this, I have one, guys. I've had mine for about 3 years, and every spring I just spray one little coat of the Rust-Oleum 2X clear spray on there, and it's been holding up just fine. It's outside right now on one of the stumps. So these are very, very fun to make. So just choose a dark brown. This is the chocolate souffle for a base coat, and then we're going to dry this, and then we'll dry brush it with a lighter color brown, and that's going to make it look like wood, and it looks very, very cool. So I'm going to get this inside edge as well. We're going to be painting the door part blue, but I'm just getting this little lip because I want it to look like a door frame. And if you color outside the lines, it's totally fine. Once you dry this, then we're going to be painting over it anyways. One of my friends, I had 3 projects laid out. One of my friends this morning said, when are you going to make another fairy door? And fairy door was one of my options that I had laid out, and I was like, well, I guess I'm making a fairy door today because it's been a while. These are one of my favorite things to make. They're so fun. And I had never seen anybody make these before until I started making them on the tote lids. And you can make these on wood, anything. Hey, Dina, or Gina, how you doing, friend? You could potentially make it a female. Yeah, you could. I want to keep it a boy. And he's going to go in the craft room. Guys, I bought 2 hammock chairs. I thought there was just one, but then I opened the box and there's 2. So I'm going to have 2 like hanging hammocks. They're chairs in the craft room. So then on Friday nights when I'm doing story time, then I can sit in a hammock chair and Stacy can sit on the other side if she's here, and we can do story time. And then Happy Mail, he's going to be the mailman. So I got Charlie's old postal costume, so I think I'm going to put a postal working hat on him. Charlie don't use it no more. He got fired from there for drinking on the job. Him and the old postmaster, they used to go out drinking together, and then they had corporate come in and investigate some things because they was having some issues with missing packages, and they found Charlie and the supervisor in the stock room with a bottle of Jack. And I said, told you it's gonna get caught. You need to live the sober life, friend. But he don't listen. He's 1,500 years old. He ain't gonna start listening to me now. It's fine. So I just painted this brown. See that? Now we're gonna dry this. Make sure we get these sides real good. I see a couple spots I missed. So I'm just gonna go around and touch up these spots, guys. Charlie's my leprechaun, guys, if y'all don't know that. He's in the background. He is a good uncle to that monkey. I'll be a monkey's uncle. It's Charlie. So this is the chocolate souffle. I'm going to dry this now. Let me get this. Hey Blakely, how you doing? Postal Man, the fun's already started with this dude. Yes, head's going to be pretty. I hope so. Hey Judy Watson, how you doing? Hello Sophie Hilton. You're always... somebody was calling me, guys. If it froze, I apologize. Hello Ro, how you doing? So good to see you. Hey Opa, how you doing? Yeah guys, these are so fun. Y'all will have a good time. I've made a few of these on my page, but it's been over a year probably, so it's springtime almost. This always gets me. Whew. Guys, can y'all see me? Can y'all see me? I got 2 phone calls and okay, y'all can hear me and see me now. Sorry about that. I got 2 phone calls back to back and it froze my audio. I apologize, but whoever just called, I accidentally blocked you, so just message me if it was one of you guys. But just know that I'm streaming on my phone, so please don't call while I'm live. You see me now. Okay, I'm so sorry about that. So let's get back to drying. I thought I was going to have to... if I freeze up, though, if somebody calls again and it freezes permanently, just know that I'll be right back, guys. I always come right back. I'm not going to leave you in the dark. Apologize about that. So I'm just drying this, and then we're going to dry brush this with a light brown with the chai latte. You is amazing, Patricia. Hey, Jennifer, how you doing? She can see me. Hey, Annette, how you doing? Yeah, we busy. It was some name I've never heard of before that popped up, and then it said somebody else was calling me from Kansas City. I don't know who it was. I don't know. But I accidentally blocked you, so let me know. Okay, so I'm just drying this real quick. And then once we start painting the actual door color, guys, I'm gonna use lots of different blues, greens. We're gonna go crazy on the door. I love lots of color. And today it's not raining. Yesterday, the day before, it's been raining. And I'm like, how am I supposed to paint this furniture in the rain? So thank goodness the sun is shining today. So let's go ahead and do our base coat on this. And then again, I'd start with my darkest color. So I'm going to use the Blackberry Cobbler, which is the same color as my cabinets, guys. So I'm going to use the Blackberry Cobbler as a base coat. That sounds good. I got to get some more Blackberry Cobbler. This is all that I have. I got to do a reorder. I'm getting low on a few things. Okay. So we're just going to do a base coat real quick, and then when you're painting these guys, just make sure that you do an up and down motion, long sweeping strokes, because essentially you want it to look like boards. And the more layers you do, and the more you dry it, the thicker the paint's going to get, the easier it's going to be to dry brush and look like wood. So I usually do 3-4 coats on this thing of different colors and tones. But I usually start with my darkest color first, and then I'll work my way to lighter. So this is just a base coat. I'm going to add just a little bit of this bright blue. This is not Paint Pixie, guys. This is a little bit of unicorn spit. But the unicorn spit, you can add that to paint just to tint it a little bit. So I'm just going to add a little bit of bright blue in here as well, because I want really, really bright colors. That looks nice. Okay, just a little bit of bright blue. Maybe a little bit more in this corner. Okay. But I really hope you guys try these, and if you do, I do have a craft group. We just ran a contest, a photo contest for Valentine's Day. We do that pretty often in there. We'll be having another one March the 1st. It'll probably be Easter and St. Patrick's Day, but it's called Crafts, and More Crafts. I think we got about 65,000 members in there. So it's a free place that you can post your crafts. You cannot sell your crafts in there. We do have a, a yard sale page. If you just search with the search bar, type in yard sale, there is one post that you can put your crafts in there, but don't be making a separate post saying for sale, or it will be deleted by the moderators or me. But you can say available or whatever. Just no discussing on selling in the group, but y'all can private message each other. Hello, Face Ego, how you doing? So good to see you. Using some bright spit today. Yeah, the only two colors in this palette that's not Paint Pixie is the really bright teal and the really bright blue. Everything else is Paint Pixie. But I'm just using that as a tint, because I want to see that blackberry cobbler, but I want multiple shades. So it's a great way to just add a little tint to an existing color. And I'm an affiliate for them as well. You can find them in my link tree along with the Paint Pixie. So we'll dry this real quick, and then we're going to work our way into the greens and the teal colors. You want to make one, just don't have time? I have everything you need. Girl, you got to make that time. Hey Kathy, how you doing? So good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Hey Danielle, so good to see you, friend. Hope you're doing well. Happy Tuesday. Thank you for sprinkling, guys. I appreciate that. Hey Barbara, how you doing? How do you attach the door to the tree? I put 2 holes in each side. We're going to run some wire. I've got this 17 gauge wire. I get this from Amazon. I think it's like $8 for this whole spool, and it lasts me like a year for that whole spool. Okay, so now I didn't even clean off my brush, guys. I do have some of this blue diamond, which I think it's got a green tint to it, but we're going for those teal colors. So I'm going to mix in, I got to look at my colors again. Some of them are very, very close. So the blue Java banana is this one right here. It's got kind of a green tint as well. This is the blue diamond. Hopefully y'all can see. Blue diamond, blue Java banana, and then we have the, what is this one? French macaroon. I should know these because I used all these colors in my craft shack. So I'm going to add just a little bit of the blue Java banana, which is kind of a teal color. It's got a little tint of green. And I'm just going to dry brush, guys. We haven't marked our lines in here yet, but we will. This is just a base coat. And like I said, the more coats you do, the more it looks like wood. So I'm just going to gently dry brush this. Let's get some of this metallic in here. And then, so just load your brush and then offload it just a little bit, because it only takes a little bit of paint. And then just barely skim over the top. You don't want to press down on your brush at all, guys. Just skim the top and let it rub up against there, and that's going to create like a wood look. Okay? Get a little bit of this blue Java banana, and I apologize if I miss comments, guys. It's hard to focus on everything sometimes, but I do go back and watch the replays every night before I go to bed. Okay. We'll put the lines in just a minute. So I think that that's pretty good with the teal. Now I'm going to add some of this French macaroon, and let's do a little touch of this unicorn spit for more teal action. Okay. That's looking pretty good. All right, now let's add some green. So I have the sour apple, and then I have the key lime pie. So I'm gonna mix a little bit of teal with the sour apple. Just do the same thing, barely go over it. Don't push down, just skim over the top. And then let's get a little bit of this key lime pie. Okay, and now I'm just gonna go ahead and put my lines in, y'all. And I'm gonna use a real tiny brush, and then I'm gonna add some black. Okay, so I'm just gonna freehand some lines here, and then we can start doing some definition work. So however many wood pieces you want on your door is completely up to you. I usually do about 5, 4, somewhere around there, 6, but usually around 5. It's a good number for me. And it's okay if it's a little bit crooked. Just the whole time you're making this, keep in mind a gnome made this door, right? So they probably don't have big tool benches and power saws and things that humans have. So it's okay if it's a little bit rusticy. It's okay. It's supposed to be mystical, magical. And this is the black onyx paint. It's a metallic paint. It's very pretty. Okay, and then I'm just gonna go around the edges here. We'll have to do this one more time once we're cleaning up our lines. But now I'm just gonna go around the edges here, and then that's gonna make a seam for a door. I will be adding lights to the window, and we're gonna paint the window. I have a couple options too, but I'm on Paint Pixie's page today, so I don't want to take up too much of their time. But I have a would you bin theory, this right here. I was thinking, you get 2 in a pack, but I was thinking about painting these and then putting them down at the bottom, but I think that they might be too little. It might be too little and kind of mess up the illusion. Hello, Danita, how you doing? Denise, I'm so glad you're here, friend. These doors are so fun to make, guys. And a lot of people have seen me make them, but I don't think they mind seeing it again because they're just so fun. And none of them turn out exactly the same. They're all different. We're going to be adding moss and florals and a door knocker and a window. And I think I said moss. We're going to be working with moss today. Lots of moss. This is a messy project, but spring is coming up, guys, so pick out a nice day, get your grandkids, your kids, whatever, tell them to come on over, go out on the patio table, get all your supplies out, and just have a fairy gnome making door day. They would love that. And everybody's going to be different, and if you got a lot of trees, it's just a good way to jazz it up a little bit. And they do make solar lights, outdoor lights, fairy lights, and those are my favorite because then the light cuts on by itself though at night, so it looks like the little gnomes at home in your tree stump or tree, whatever. They're very magical, I think, if you still believe in fairies. I do. I believe in all the mystical, magical. Maybe they're alive in another galaxy. Maybe they're here. Shoot. How we know what aliens look like, right? They might be among us. Might look like us. Maybe there's little people that live. I'll just be quiet. I'm sounding crazy. Okay. No, nothing. So this is what it's looking like. I'm painting it all upside down. Not on purpose. Let me turn it upside down, or right side up, so I can see what we're working with. Okay, so now that we've got the lines established, now we can go in with a little smaller brush. So I'm going to use this turquoise iris, and then we're going to get those darker colors one more time. I'm going to use the the bright blue. I'm gonna mix just a touch of black, just a little tiny bit. And then now we're gonna shade the sides where the lines are, because you know those boards are probably gonna need a little bit of shading. So I'm gonna go right back over where we just made these lines. And like I said, we're gonna have to do it one more time with the black once we kind of establish it to really make them pop. But this is just shading these little crevices here between the boards. Okay, let me add a little bit of water and just a little bit of unicorn stain, unicorn spit. And this stuff, it's not permanent until you use a sealer, so that's good. If you don't like it, then you can wipe it off. But once you seal it, then it will be permanent. And keep in mind just where your shadows would be, guys, because underneath this window is going to be a shadow, because we're going to use hot glue and make a frame for it. And then right above the hearth of the door, it's going to cast a shadow too. So you want it to be a little bit darker at the top. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just darkening some areas to make it look more 3D. Lavina, what you doing? I opened them curtains today so she could look out there. Luna, she's been coming around more and more frequently, but she's got another home. Truby's been here every day too. I told Blake, I said, once we get farm animals, think of how many mouths we're going to have to feed them, but it's a good thing though. We love our animals. So worth it. Okay. I'm going to get just a little tint of this turquoise and then water it down. Trying to put some highlighted areas in there as well. Okay. And see what a difference that made just by darkening some areas. We still got to go in with white. So now let's dry brush the door, and then we'll move on to dry brushing. We need to use this chai latte. Okay, I was looking for this, sorry. Let me read some comments here. Hey, Coral Brady, how you doing? So good to see you. Thank you, Devonna. Hello, Deborah Fox. How you doing? Hey, Patty Graves. Thank you so much. Yes, guys, if you are just joining, we started out with this. We're making a fairy door. So this is a lid to a storage container. Just cut out a window. I used primer, spray primer, so that the paint would stick. And now we're just painting it. This thing is going to be, if you've never seen me make one of these, they're so fun. They never get old. I probably... since I didn't have my wood burning kit, Blake's off today too, and he was watching me cut that window out, and he was like, please be careful. And I was like, you act like I've never made one of these before. And I said, I've probably made about 100, but I was saying earlier though to be careful, guys, because that plastic can be a little bit slippery, so you don't want to let the knife slip. But if you have a wood burning tool, do it outside. So now I just did a little bit of white and a little bit of teal, because we need to lighten kind of the middle of the boards, to where the elements have kind of rained on it and it's lost some of its paint. So we're just going to lighten the center with a little bit of their marshmallow, and let's do the blue Java banana. Okay. And then this is really going to, the light whitewash, dry brush kind of thing, it really makes it pop. Okay. And it makes it look like wood. And I'll hold this up really close. Guys, I do watch my replays, and I notice that sometimes it looks a little bit blurry. I don't know what's going on, but once I do get out into the craft shack, we're going to get the internet people to make sure that we got internet out there, and we'll have them look at everything. But I live on a road called Towers Road because the cell phone towers are like a mile away. So you'd think that it says that I got full service. You'd think that we wouldn't have any issues. So that's what the white did. Let me hold it up for a couple seconds. I know that I go kind of fast. I don't mean to. I need to do better at that because y'all don't get to see the detail in my projects when I just say, woo, look at it. Okay. So let's go ahead and do the dry brushing of the outside layer. So I'm going to mix a little bit of yellow, a little bit of white. I'll just use the lid of my egg carton up here. A little bit of yellow, a little bit of white, and then a little bit of this chai latte, guys. This is a really pretty khaki color. It's very pretty. You could add a little bit of their papaya as well if you want a little bit of an orange tint. But now I'm going to offload into this puppy pad because we just need a little bit to go around the sides here. And this is going to make this look like wood. A little bit more than just a basic coat of dark brown. So we're just going to dry brush and just do long sweeping strokes, guys. And don't push down on your brush. Just lightly go over it. Let it do the work for you. Okay. Get a little bit more white. And we're going to be adding moss here soon, guys, so don't really worry too much about the sides. I usually do moss on the top and then around one side. And then in my mind, like real doors, if you have ivy or whatever growing around your door, you're probably going to touch that handle a lot and then you're going to peel back the stuff. So I don't put any kind of moss right here in this area, just because in my mind it makes sense that they probably wouldn't have any there because they've got to get in and out, and I wouldn't want to dig through the weeds to open the door. So I would probably, and gnomes are amazing gardeners from what I hear. They love to garden. So now let's just add a little bit more of this dark back in. And then we're going to do a solid white. Get a little bit more of this chocolate souffle. Thought I had enough. I just need a little bit. Okay, that's enough. Okay, and then we can dry this, and then we'll do it one more time. And then we'll get to the fun stuff. So this is what it's looking like so far. Let's see, what did I miss? A whole lot. What are you using for the door frame? This is a plastic tote lid, guys. It's a lid to a storage container. Oh, thank you, Linda. I appreciate you. How you doing? Thank you, Diana. All the things Paint Pixie. Yes, moss lights, my favorite things. Paint Pixie, moss lights. Anything to do with fairies and gnomes. Love it. Okay, so that looks good. So now I'm just going to get some, I'm going to knock this paint off. I'm not even going to clean my brush. And I'm just going to pick up some solid white. And then we're going to go over the door one more time with the white. Just very, very lightly. Don't push down with your brush, guys. Just skim over the top. Lightly, lightly kiss it with your brush. Hello. Thank you. Just kidding. I had my coffee today. Yesterday I was live at 12 o'clock. I don't think anybody's going to ask me to come on early for a while. I could not think of anything. I was like, hello, my name's Jason. Hello, welcome to the Crafty Brother. My name's Jason. Okay, so that's good enough. So now I'm going to go back in with a little brush, get my black out, And then I'm going to do that black one more time in between the lines of the door. And then we have to make like little boards on the side. So I'm just darkening with a thin line of black, guys, because we went in with the black one time to just kind of mark out their areas. And then we picked up some of the darker color and just kind of shaded where that was, like the dark lines. And then now I'm just going back in one more time and then doing another coat of the black line to make it really, really pop and look like boards. Okay, and I'm still painting upside down. I don't know why. Let me turn this around so I can see it better. I think that I do have some solar lights downstairs, but I'm just using regular old battery operated today. Okay, that looks nice. And then now I'm just going to go in on the sides here. And y'all can do an angle if you want to, however you want to distinguish your sideboards. But usually I just do like a little line coming from the side. Like I'll do an angle here, an angle here, angle here, angle here. And then I'll just do straight across. But if y'all want to do an angle, you're welcome to it. And then I'll take some darker brown and kind of shade that in. But a lot of this is going to be covered, so I don't try to spend too much time on this area. But some of it will be showing, so you do want to spend a little bit of time on the area. If that makes sense. So now I got it like this, and then I'm going to come in with a larger brush. Let's use this little fan brush, that sounds good. And then I'm just going to, while this black paint is still wet, I'm just going to take some dark brown, and then I'm going to do kind of like a grass look. I'm flicking up and just kind of blending that line so it's not so stark. And it looks like it's, you know, a separation between boards. And then I'm just going to shade this in right here. And I think that that looks fine. Let me get a little bit more brown. I want to shade these just a little bit on this side. Okay. And then a little bit more underneath their window, because we will be adding hot glue and making kind of a frame for a window, but I do kind of want to have some little dart boards sticking out. I mean, little dark lines, shadows. Okay, and then this is what it looks like now. So I just did some shadows underneath the window and then in those corners. And then I kind of faded it out a little bit so it's not so dark. I still have a little bit of black in here. I don't want to waste it, so I'm just going to actually just put a few lines in here, the dark. So I didn't add any black. Okay, that's fine. So I'm good with this. This looks fine. So let's go ahead and draw all this, and then we'll get to the fun part. So this is a storage tote lid, right? And if you want lighter, just lighten it up a little bit more. If you want darker, you could add multiple colors. You could add little things of purple, pink. Usually I do like lots and lots of colors, but this one's just kind of blue and brown. And teals. Okay, and so now we're going to flip it over, guys. And I have this real thick plastic that, I hope that I have it. I saved these little cutouts from the thing, and then I will glue it to the back, and then that's where I sign it. Let me get my clear piece of plastic. How hard will that be to find, do you think? I cut it out. It's a little square, and it's already primed. That's her window. But it's clear. Y'all see it? Clear plastic. I've got another piece. Let me go get it. I think it's outside still. No, it's not. It's over here. Okay. Well, this is good. I need to show you what I used anyway. So this came off of, guys, y'all could use whatever you want. My mom gets this real thick plastic from a factory. And this is what I use, but I use a spray sealer on this as well. I'm just going to cut out a section large enough, and y'all probably are telling me in the comments that you see it somewhere. Ah! Hey Lizette, how you doing? Oh, thank you, Deborah. Hey Karen, how you doing? Hey Debbie. So I'm just going to cut out a piece of clear plastic. These are not my fabric scissors. I got a new pair of fabric scissors. Don't yell at me. These are just regular ones. I have scissor sharpeners. So now I'm going to cut out a square piece, and I've got to cut on my, oh, it's already on. Whew, thank goodness. So I sprayed this, and you can see it is kind of hazy because I used that Rust-Oleum 2X clear spray, but we're going to paint this window, and we're going to go very, very thin with your paints. But the way that I attach the window is I just put a good old dollop, and y'all are about to see a lot of glue, y'all. These things do take a lot of glue, but it is what it is. And then I'm going to glue this piece of plastic onto the back, and then I'm going to take more hot glue and go over top. I'm going all around that seam, because you got to think if this is going outside and it's raining, if you don't put the hot glue around this plastic, it kind of seals it. So it keeps water from running down in there into your window. And I don't want this window popping off. So I just take hot glue and go all the way around it. And then, you know, like a jewelry stone, like a ring, how it's set, it's got those little prongs. So I'll add like a little prong of hot glue on each side. I mean, it looks crazy, but it works. And y'all can add as many prongs as you want to. Okay, so we got our prongs. And then we're going to let this cool. But while this is cooling, I'm going to go ahead and take my wire and do my wire. And this is 17 gauge wire, guys. You can get it at Walmart, any home improvement store. But I got this from Amazon. They have it at Walmart as well. 17 gauge wire. You get 250 feet for like $8, I think, on Amazon. The brand is, I don't know, looks like this. I don't know what the brand is. So in the beginning, y'all, when I cut out my window, I also put 2 holes in both sides. So what I'm going to do is I pulled off enough to act like you're hanging a picture, right? So I've got enough wire to go all the way across, plus a little bit extra. You want to have, you know, about 7 inches extra on each side, 6 inches, something like that, 9, 12. It don't matter. No cure like secure. And then I'm going to run it through the bottom. It doesn't matter, bottom, top. Just run it through and then run it back through. And then you're going to twist it. But when you're putting those 2 holes in the sides, guys, just keep in mind wind and stuff. It can probably rip those holes if they're real close together. So I'd space mine out about 1.5 inches, just so that it's not going to rip the plastic. But these lids are very thick, so I've never had issues. But I do make sure I space the holes far enough apart where it's not going to rip over time. Okay, and then I just go around and around and around until, you know, it ends. And then I'm going to do the same thing for the other side. And I'll probably have to touch up some spots, guys, because I just seen where my door was laying in wet paint. But it's no problem. Oh, well, I don't think we got any on there. I don't see any. It's fine. So on the back, guys, you don't want to see the wires. So I'll leave enough slack to where it will go above the window, but below the top of the door. So when you're just wiring this together, just keep in mind to space it out right so you're not going to see that wire hanging through. That kind of ruins the illusion of your window when you see the wire. So There we go. Now we're just going to twist this excess, and this is your hanger for your tree. Just hang it with a wire. And I'll usually double it up like this so we don't have any issues. Just go all the way across. If you have a little excess, you can cut it off, but I usually just use it. Okay. And you're just going to twist and twist and twist. And y'all can finish the backs of these, but you're not going to see them because they're going to be up against the tree. And you don't have to put these outside, guys. If y'all got a little carport or a kid's room, or maybe you want to put it in the front of your house on your porch, and you could be like, that's how the gnomes get in. So, you know, you can get fancier with them if it's a covered area. You can use wood bend, all kinds of crazy stuff. So now I've got this plastic window in there. See it? The reflection? Well, now I have a gap between the plastic, the two pieces of plastic. So I'm going to take my hot glue tool and then I'm going to fill that in. Keep in mind, rain, so you want to seal this up so that if any water comes down there, then it's just going to, you know, it's not going to get stuck in that little pocket. So I like to seal this with hot glue. And then usually I'll just go all the way around. And get another glue stick. I have a feeling I'll be saying that 5 more times. Hey Tanya, how you doing? So good to see you. Hey Stephanie, so good to see you, friend. Hey Sheila, how are you? Hello Kristen. Hey Julie from Oregon, how you doing? Thank you for being here, Caroline and everybody, and Laura. Okay, so now I'm just filling this in. And I usually will like turn it up. I'll give it a couple seconds for the glue to dry because, you know, if you turn it upside down, that hot glue is probably going to leak the other way. But get you one of these silicone spatulas, and if you need to push the glue in there a little bit more, you can. But we're going to be painting it here in a minute. But I'll kind of turn it to whatever angle I'm working on, and then just make sure I'm getting in between those little crevices. And guys, this all started with me being cheap. As I said, I'm not paying $50 for a gnome door on Amazon. They're like 7 inches tall. So, you know, this is the aftermath of being cheap and a little bit creative. And then now I'm just going to go around the outside of the window with hot glue. And we're going to paint over top of this hot glue, but it's going to make it look like a little window frame. And we also have a door handle down here. I put a hole in for it. I'm using a cabinet knob for the door handle. So I'm going to take a little bit of hot glue and then make like a little padlock for that. And then I'm going to put a hole in the center as well because I have this tiny little jewelry box pull. Charlie? I know I just seen it. Charlie's moving my stuff, y'all. He moved my window and now the drawer pull. Charlie? Well, I guess we're not doing a drawer pull. Right before the live, I ran in there all crazy and I was like, oh, I need a drawer pull. Oh, here it is. Just kidding, that wasn't Charlie. So this is a jewelry box pull. See how little? This is a great size for your jewelry box. I mean, for your shoebox containers, like the shoebox size. But to make this a little bit larger, we didn't use this woodgie bin the other day. My gosh, how is everything disappearing on me? I ain't even got that much stuff laying around yet. Oh, here's my window. I have a piece of woodgie bin painted here somewhere. We'll find it in a minute, but we're gonna add that to the center. I have another piece laying right here, but just to make it a little bit bigger, let's go ahead and use this one. We'll paint it. That's too big. That's too big. Okay, we'll come back to that. We'll come back to that. So now I have a little hole right here. This is where my door handle is going to be. So I'm going to take some hot glue and go around and just make a little square. This is the knob I'm going to be using. I get these from Amazon. They're crystals and they have multiple colors in them. To me, they look very fairy-ish. So I'm just going to hold it up and see about how far that goes through. I guess we could go ahead and put it on there. And I did make a hole with a little kitchen knife, but if you are just joining, guys, a wood burning tool works great. I had to widen my hole, but you can use the tip of your glue tool, but be careful because burning plastic, inhaling that stuff, you really want to do that outside. I'm going to go ahead and put my screw through here. Ooh. And I just want to see about how much room this is going to take up. So about right there, okay. I'm going to come back and screw this in again later. But right now I'm just trying to see how wide I need my door handle to be. So I'm just going to make a square with hot glue, or not a square, a rectangle with hot glue. So it's going to look like a little key or a little door handle. And you can put a little keyhole in there if you want to. Sometimes I paint them on, sometimes I will burn a little hole in there that looks like a keyhole size, but that's optional. And then usually for the window frame, I'll let that, this is dry now, the first coat's dry, but I'll go around that a couple times so then it projects out a little bit. And I just go right over top of the hot glue because usually I will do like a wood finish, like a wooden window. So if it's all clumpy and layered and stacked and it's got little streaks in it, then that just kind of makes it look more like wood. So I'm just going around one more time the window. Maybe two more times. Okay, that's fine. Now we're going to let that cool, okay? So I'm going to take this doorknob off now that I see about how I want it. I'm going to go ahead and paint this gold, I think. So I have their 24 karat gold. And with the hot glue, just make sure that you give it a minute to cool off before you add your paint to it. But as long as your brush is wet and you got paint on it, should be fine. So I'm going to paint my little rectangle that I just marked out for my door handle with the 24 karat gold. And I think I'm just going to do my window gold as well, guys. Usually, I mean, not usually, but sometimes I do gold. Sometimes I do metallic, sometimes I do wood. Just depends on what kind of feeling I'm in that day. And now I'm just painting over top of the hot glue. We'll probably need a couple coats. This is their 24 karat gold. And then I'm going to go over the window. It's cooled off enough by now. Just make sure your brush is wet. It doesn't take very long. And we have to paint our window. And I think my window, y'all let me know what color you think that I should paint the heart on the inside, okay? Should we go pink? Pink and teal is very pretty together, and I'm going to be using pink flowers, or we could do purple. Girl, you're going to lose your door privileges. They crying over the cat right now. Luna's out there. Truby's on the swing. Y'all hear the rooster in the background. I'm so glad the sun's shining. These dogs be tracking in the most mud I ever did see. We're going to put in a walkway from the back gate from the carport to the door because the dogs are always pacing back and forth anyways. So they kind of marked out where we need our path to be. So vicious. So this is our little door frame made out of hot glue. And then we've got to do another little coat on our keypad. Let me see what I'm missing. Probably the UPS man. Smart and savvy. Can you imagine someone else coming to Justin's house to cook? What's in this drawer? Oh yeah. Y'all ain't gotta worry. Ain't nobody coming to visit Stacy and Bobby, but you know, we usually I do all the cooking anyways, it's fine. All the cooking here for me and Blake and Travis usually. Sometimes Blake cooks. But usually it's me. I know where everything is. I cannot wait to get all this crafting stuff out in the craft shack. Get my kitchen back. Okay, so I just did a second coat. We're gonna dry this real quick. And what color were y'all thinking on the heart? Let's see what y'all said. Pink heart with purple flowers. I've already got my flowers. I got pink. And I'm using mostly greenery, guys, because right now it's not spring yet. So I'm just going to do a few little daisies and a few little pink flowers, but it's mostly going to be greenery and vines and stuff like that, I think. And then this will be in my next auction, so if y'all want to add more florals to them, you can decorate it for each season. That's a good thing. You can make it Christmas if you want. You know, whatever you want to do. These things are so fun. You can design them for all year round. I've made Halloween ones, Christmas ones. I've made all kinds of crazy doors. Frosty White. Absolutely. Oh, thank you, friend. How is the baby monkey? She's doing good. She's doing good. So I've seen a lot of pinks. Let's do pink. That sounds good to me. We'll use these two colors. So these are Paint Pixie's pinks. They have Dreamsicle, which is a really light, like ballet slipper baby pink. And then they have Violet Lemonade, which is shocking pink. I love it. So we're going to use both of these. I'm going to do the shocking electric lemonade pink around the sides here. Let me use the right brush. And then I'll do the light pink on the inside. But when you're painting your window, guys, use a watered down brush. You don't want to completely cover it because you want to be, if you're adding lights. This is optional. You don't even have to cut the window out. You can just paint a heart on there and call it a day. But to me, I like to have lights in the window. That adds part of the magic to it. But that's optional. So we'll do the bright pink on the outside. And then we'll do the Dreamsicle on the inside. So it's kind of neutral. But you don't want to completely cover this up though, because you want to see your lights if you're adding lights. And I'm just doing an up and down kind of motion. And I'm taking some of this paint off because it doesn't take a lot. And then I will seal this with that force filled. And then I'll use a spray sealer as well. Okay, so it's not like a bright pink. It's just a light pink and then a little bit brighter around the edges. I think I am going to add just a little bit more. Well, we'll let that dry and then we can come back. Okay, so we got a pink heart. Let's dry this. And then I'm going to flip it over and then we'll add the lights and then the little handle. And then I'll flip it over again, and then we'll add the moss and all the fun embellishments. That's what really makes it exciting to me. Okay, so let me get a little thing of lights. I'm just using the fairy lights. And I just use hot glue to put those on, guys. If anybody's just joining and asking what this is made out of, it looked like this before. We're just going to put this right here. If anybody asks, say, hey, that's where it was, because I know I missed some things. Yes, it's been a while, Elaine. Very lovely. Thank you, Tanya. I appreciate you. So these have 3 different functions, guys. I get them from Amazon and buy them in bulk. I think you can get 150 for 40 bucks. And they're each 7 feet. And with these, if I'm just doing this small little window, I'm not going to unravel these because then you're going to have a mess. I will kind of pull some of the strings out just a little bit, but I'll leave it bunched up and in a bundle. And then we're just going to hot glue this right onto the back, onto the plastic. That's why you need to make sure you use a thick plastic. If you're using like real thin plastic, then the hot glue is going to go through it. So I use that real thick plastic, but hey, if you're using if you have an old clear plastic tub that's broken or whatever, don't throw that away. Use that for your window pieces. And then that thick plastic that the containers are made out of is perfect, actually. And then I just put the hot glue right over top of the lights, guys. And then if you ever want to take these off, just take a hair dryer or a heat tool to them and then pull them. And they'll come right off. Okay, and then I'm going to glue my little battery pack onto the back as well. But when you do that, make sure that you can change the batteries. Make sure that you're gluing the right side. I'll just put my little switch right there. Okay, that's why I got this silicone spatula. You don't ever want to touch the hot glue because then you're going to have a bad day. So I just use a silicone spatula from the Dollar Tree, and that helps to not touch it. Lay down, lights. And you can take, since we already have it, you remember that clear piece of plastic that I showed you earlier that I found again? You can seal it with another piece of plastic. Now, where'd it go? Oh, it's clear. You can put this right over top of the lights, and then that kind of makes a little barrier. I think I am going to do that. But that's optional. You don't have to. It's just an extra step that you can take. Okay. You're going to need a lot of hot glue to make one of these, but no cure like secure. Okay, and then I'll show you the flowers that we're going to be using. And I got floral foam. I got real floral foam today. What's wrong with me? Let's just cool it off a little bit so I can flip it over. Think the dreamsicle is too close to a soft baby pink? I mean, I don't know. I love it. It's my favorite pink. It's like a cameo Victorian. This is the color pink it is. I love this pink. I'm so happy you have it, Josie. It's beautiful. And then, shoot, I love it so much. I'm going to paint this heart with this pinks too. While we're just waiting on the glue to cool off, because I can't flip it over right now because it's hot. So while we're waiting on that, I'm going to paint this little heart. I saved these little windows. And then I just glue them onto the back, and that's where I sign it. Because, I mean, you know me, I don't like to throw anything away if I ain't got to. But I did throw away that Tito's vodka sign today, and I threw away that, I got a neon sign that didn't work, and a lamp. And Jeffrey, if you're watching, he said, lamps are easy to fix. This was like one of them, the whole thing, it was a 4 lamp. But it was just like a speaker looking base, and then it just had a LED tube that went up. So I don't know nothing about fixing those lights. And it's like a smart lamp, and it had a remote, and I was like, I don't know about this. So it just went in the trash. I changed the cord out and tried everything I needed, but I don't know nothing about them. So I threw those away today. And then I found 4 bar stools. We didn't even know we had. They're in a box. I thought it was an entertainment center, because we got an entertainment center too. We're going to assemble those, and I think I'm going to resell those, because we just bought an entertainment center with a fireplace, so I don't need 2. But I want to assemble it, make sure all the parts are there, then I'll put it on Marketplace. That'll be nice for somebody. It's got lights in it and everything. It's fancy. And then 4 really modern bar stools. They're really nice. We got to assemble those and make sure all the parts are there. I'm just going to put this lid, or this heart, right on the back, and that's where I'll sign it. Okay. I'm going to dry this just a little bit more. Then we'll flip it over, and then we'll start adding the moss. Okay, so this is our little window, and then see, you can change the functions. So at night, it's going to look very, very cool. So I'm going to turn these off so I don't waste the batteries, and now we're going to work on the front again. So we're going to add our floral foam. And there's screw. Here it is. So many little parts, guys. My crickets stopped working. I don't know where they went. They went to sleep. I said it's nap time. So I'm just going to screw this into the screw, y'all. And then I usually do a big dollop of glue. E6000, something like that. Let me put a washer on this one. It needs a... Sometimes the screws, guys, the drawer screws, the cabinet drawer screws, they're meant to go in like wood. So if you're putting it into a thin piece of plastic, you'll probably need a washer. or something to help take some of that excess away. So if you just put like a little washer or screw or something, or one of these things on there, it will help with the spacing. Okay, let's see if this is gonna work. Yeah, that's about all that you need. And then we'll glue it on there too. Okay. So I'm just tightening this. I'm gonna put a dollop of glue underneath here. Watch them fingers though, because it can seep through that little hole and get you. That's happened to me before. Okay. And then I'm gonna let this glue dry. I'm gonna add a little bit more glue around it. This is a silver knob, but we're gonna paint it gold. I gotta do another coat anyway, so I'm just adding hot glue right over top of the knob too, because I don't want this thing ever coming off. Okay, so that's done. Now let's go ahead and get our floral foam. And you can glue moss directly to these. This is optional, you don't need this. But it does make it a little bit easier. So I'm gonna cut it with a kitchen knife. And I don't need it that long, or that wide, so I'm gonna cut it in half. But usually I just glue moss right onto the plastic door, and then I'll stick the florals in the moss. It works great. But I said, well, I've got this floral foam, might as well use it. Okay. There we go, that's good. I'm just gonna cut little strips. Okay, and then I'm gonna glue these where I want it. Oh, that's still kind of thick. I've never used floral foam on one of these, but it should be fine. Put one right here. I'm gonna just do this side over here, guys. Like I said, where the door handle is, I usually don't put any flowers right there. Need another glue stick. Oh Lord, hurts my ears. Floral foam. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. So sorry. Okay. And then I think just one more little thing on the side, and then one little piece at the bottom, and then we're going to be good. Sorry. There's no way around it. No way around it, friends. Okay, I'm not putting any on the bottom, because and guys, you do want to put a hanger on these. You don't ever want to set these directly on the ground, because what it's going to do, especially once you add moss, if it rains, that moss is going to absorb all that water that the door is sitting in, and then that water is going to eat away at your paint. So that's why it's important that you put a hanger on them and hang them right up off the tree, about a couple inches. Okay. All right. So it's time to get mossy. Mossy Elliott. Okay, let's get crazy. Ooh. Hey, Blake. Blake, you should show him the costume that we got in the mystery box while I'm adding moss. Blake said, no, thank you. Guys, there's this amazing costume. I hope that it comes out. Y'all get a kick out of it. It was in the mystery box. As soon as he's seen it, you know, my mom and my aunt and Stacy and Bobby were here when we were going through those palettes. And as soon as Blake, I don't know, Blake just disappeared for a couple minutes. I didn't see him get it out. And the next thing I know, he comes out in this costume, and it was amazing. And then my mom was like, ooh, them things is expensive. And I'm sure they are. But I don't need this thing. I mean, it would be fun to, I just need to stop talking about it. Maybe he'll come out in it. and then I'll talk more about it, but I don't want to give it away. It's very cool. So this moss, guys, where did I get this? Amazon. I bought it in bulk. You can buy a 5-pound box of moss. You can buy 10 pounds. I think even 20, I'm not sure. But you can buy moss by the bulk on Amazon. And I always search used, guys. I always search used. It saves you a lot of money. And it's just returns. Somebody got it and said, oh, that's the wrong shade of green. Ain't nothing wrong with it. And if there is something wrong with it, it will tell you in the description, you know, it has minor damage or severe damage or what kind of condition it's in. But most of the time it says used like new, so it is really like new. That's just a filter that they have. A lot of people, I like to tell my friends about the good deals. This money is not, you know, don't grow on trees. I'm gonna need another glue stick. Woo. We love it when Blake interacts on your lives. Aw. Amazon loves me. Hey, Tanya, how you doing? They might know who I am. I'm not sure. They're like, oh gosh, here it comes again. What does he need today? I know my mail people, they're like, my gosh, does he work for them? But I have been better, guys. I've been trying to do better because, you know, I've got everything that I need. I don't need nothing else. I need to downsize. I'm at that point where I need to go through stuff and get rid of multiples and do some spring cleaning. That's actually what me and Blake did since it was raining yesterday and I couldn't paint any furniture. That's what we did. But he inspired me. He got it on a kick, cleaning the office and organizing. And the next thing I know, we were doing all kinds of stuff. But it was a very productive day yesterday. It was wonderful. But I'm not a fan of getting up super early. I did take me a little nap yesterday. I needed it. I was in an event early yesterday. Okay. So I'm just covering this floral foam with the moss, but like I said, the floral foam is optional. You can glue the moss right onto the door. This is the first time I've ever used floral foam, but I have some beautiful florals, and I've got another year of experience with florals, so maybe this will be really pretty. I hope so. I always tell y'all I'm not a professional florist, but I sure just, I love flowers. I know I'm a guy, and that's weird, but my grandpa, he loved plants and gardening, and my uncle, he loves it. He always has a huge garden every year, and we like our plants in the country. Now I've got a cousin that's a guy, and well, him and his wife, and they own a greenhouse, and another cousin that's a guy, and he owns a greenhouse. So the guys in my family, that we like plants. And now I'm just going to fill up the bottom with moss, but I'm not going to do this side by the door though, if you are just joining. And I know a lot of y'all was like, why'd you even paint that, paint the edge if you're going to cover it with moss? I told you a lot of it was going to be covered. But in my mind though, over time, if some of this moss does come off, I just want it to be painted. Because it can happen, you know, the wind blows and the elements, and you might lose some moss, but you can always glue more back on. Ooh, my stomach. It's got glue on it now. That coffee's making it make some weird noises. Simmer down now. It's probably hungry. We haven't had lunch yet. Or breakfast. But I made some amazing juice last night. It was papaya, pineapple, apple, orange. I did take the peelings off because, guys, if you don't take the peelings off in that juicer, you don't have to, but it does taste like grapefruit juice because the peeling. And then I had cucumber, I think I did 1 stalk of celery, some spinach. So good. It sounds weird, but it's so good. It's very fruity. And I did something else, I don't know. Y'all know, I'm like, let's just put it all in there. Definitely makes you have energy. Like immediately, you're like, ooh, I got some energy. Maybe it's the sugar from the fruits. Natural sugars. Okay, so this should be enough. I'm sure I'm going to have to fill in some spots. So now I'm just going to tap it off and pull off the excess. And you might need a pair of scissors, depending on what kind of moss. This moss is very full and long that I get. But, you know, if you get it from Dollar Tree, it's not going to be quite as full. Use your silicone spatula, guys. Don't use your hands like I'm doing. Let me turn it around so y'all can see. But see the moss, and then I'm just going to fill in any little areas that I see, and any moss that's not glued down, I'm just gluing it down. And we have to fill in a couple of spots over here. But then we'll start adding our florals, and she's going to be beautiful. How long have I been on? Oh, we've been on for 1 hour and 20 minutes. We ain't got too much more, friends. And then don't worry about these glue strings until the end, guys, because we're going to be adding lots of florals. So I said I'm going for like the pinks, and these pinks actually match that the light pink very well. They're just saying they left when you interact. So here comes my other half, everybody. Where? Well, come back over here and stand, wave or something. You gotta look at them. Oh.
Just a bush.
It's like a hunting outfit, so like you can look like a bush. It's very cool. Thank you for doing that. These are the florals that I'm using, guys. So lots of pink tones, lots of greens. And then I'm going to be adding all of this beautiful mystical greenery. And I was going to use some brighter pinks, but I'm going with just kind of these soft pinks. Let's see what y'all are saying. Hi, Blake. How cute, Blake. Oh, that's awesome. It's called a ghillie suit. Apparently, that's what my mama said. And she said they're not the cheapest things. So that came in the palette. And I was like, you just really never know. Mannequin head. We got new sheets. And, you know, I put away most of the stuff, guys, because I was getting anxiety. But I do have a few things that I left out. But I put away most of it. But we got my brother has a queen-size bed, so he got new sheets and a new comforter. And we have a king-size bed, so we got new sheets and 2 new comforters and new pillows. And those pillows are so comfortable. It feels like I'm sleeping in a hotel, like a nice hotel. And we got a really beautiful comforter that's like a down alternative thing, and it's super soft, super comfortable. So, I mean, we definitely got our money's worth. Okay, so the moss is on there. Some of Blake fell onto this door. That's what it looks like. So let me turn this around, and then I'm just going to start adding our greenery in here. I got some grasses that we're going to use down at the bottom. These almost look like fish tank stuff. I got these from Fancy Gap Pottery right down the road. I love their florals, guys, and I think these were like $3. They have some kind of expensive florals there, but I usually don't get anything over $5. It's just the way I am. I'm like, I'll find something else. But they have some beautiful options. If you want to spend the money, you can there. And then I'm just going to put this right into the floral foam. And I'm going to build this up kind of like all wispy and crazy. So I'm going to put some grasses down at the bottom. And you can just glue this into the moss. I didn't put any floral foam down at the very bottom, but you can build it up though with moss and glue. And it works just fine. Hello Monique, how you doing, friend? Auction palettes, yes. It's a local place called Matthews Auction, guys. They do not ship, but you can check in your town for Amazon, Walmart return overstock auctions near you. It's amazing. It's amazing, amazing. So I think that that's going to be enough grass. We'll do 2 on this side. And this week they don't have any pallets available. They have 36 pages this week of items with the town that's close by. And the good thing about them is if you buy something in Dublin or Christiansburg, a lot of times they have an option where they'll deliver it here to Galax. And then vice versa, if you lived in Dublin or Christiansburg, if you buy something at the Galax one, then they'll bring it to your town. So that's kind of a nice option that they have, but it's just, they do not ship like to other states and stuff. So there's me some grasses, and then now I'm going to start making some vines out of this beautiful stuff. Most people will probably be like, ooh, I don't like that. But for me, I like greenery more than flowers. So I'm just going to pull apart some of these real crazy stems. And these were expensive florals. These were half the mill. I didn't buy these. I know because I'm like, ooh, these are so nice. I mean, I buy nice florals, but these were probably very expensive. Like I said, if it's over $5, I find something else. Unless if it's like something that's really jumping out at me. So I'm just going to add some of this greenery, and then we'll add some, I think this is like a boxwood that's kind of turning colors. We'll add some of those in there too. So, okay. I'm going to do like a little swag over the doorstep. Let me see what you're saying. Welcome. Oh, thank you, Joanne. You're so sweet. You hear thirsty puppy? Yes, girl. They always thirsty. They've got a humongous water container over there. I fill it up at least once a week, if not twice. But that water container, it's heavy. I'd say it's probably about 20 pounds of water. And then they have a water dish outside too. They love to drink water. So now I'm just adding in all my greenery, and then I'll do my florals last, okay? I'm kind of doing a little swag, just some wild vines and stuff growing up here. You know, they've been busy all winter. They haven't had a chance to, they were too worried about their food supply. They said, we got to get in this garden and get everything canned before we get them weeds off the door. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it. Just clipping some of these. And this greenery is almost like flocked. Look at it. It's very high quality. It's very nice greenery. I like these crazy little vines right here. I just don't want to use it all on this one project. Y'all know me. Next thing you know, I'll be like, okay, I'm out of greenery. So let's try not to do that. Okay. And then since these vines are kind of long, I am going to glue down just a little leaf here and there so that it's not blowing in the wind all crazy. It's okay if it blows a little bit, but I want it to still kind of keep the same look that I'm making. Okay. And then we got all this stuff. Oh yeah, I don't know what you are, but you look like a weed, and I love it. You look very natural. Everybody good? Do you have a fairy garden in your yard? Sharon, the only thing fairy I have right now is my fairy door I made a few years back. It's on a stump, but we have 4 stumps because we did some tree work over the summer. We haven't even been here a year, but we cut down about 5 trees, so we have some stumps. So I would like to do something with those. I've just got a fairy door on one stump, and then I've got a couple of gnomes. One of them, he's passed out from He's got a bottle in his hand. He's in front of the door. He didn't make it inside. He crazy. But that's about all. I love my fairy lights though outside. I've got fairy lights everywhere. And solar lights. I love solar lights. You can never have enough. Blake says it looks like a runway. Like an airport runway. I just want it to be easy to spot. I love my lights. Okay, so we're just about done with this greenery. I don't want to go too crazy. Okay, maybe 2 more. Get another glue stick. So I think this is glue stick number 5. It does take a lot of glue, but y'all don't have to make them this ornate. You can just paint it and call it a day. You don't have to go crazy on it, but I'm just going to do a few flowers at the bottom and a few at the top in the middle. Okay. Wowza, that's a hot one. Ooh. Ooh, get out the spatula. Okay. I just need one more something. One more little whirligig right here. And then I'm good with greenery. Thank you guys for being here today, and I really hope that you check out Paint Pixie's products. They have more than just paint, guys. They've got stencils, they have water pens, they've got water misters, they've got pixie dough, they've got rub-on transfers, they've got everything you can think of. And they've got lots of kits, and their kits, they've got sales, they got clearance, they got everything. So be sure to check them out and say, I sent you. See, I saw that boy making that fairy door, and he said, maybe I need to try your paint. You do. It's amazing. All their paints have no additives or chemicals. They're all organic. They don't have any of those BPAs or whatever they call it in them. Okay, I'm just going to add a little bit of this and then a few of these little daisies, and that's it. I'm not going too crazy on the flowers. I just want mostly greenery. These daisies came from Michael's, but you know, it was a bigger bunch. They're $9.99, but I didn't pay that. I bought them on sale. Or they could have been a Happy Meal even, I'm not sure. I think I'm going to put these in my grass over here. So these are the first plants that started for this season. And they're so excited to see these little daisies bloom. They said, "Whoo, we made it through the winter, Marge. Time to start planting our garden." Shorten the stem just a little bit. I did have some purples I was going to add in, guys, but I think I just like the pink. I don't want too many crazy colors in here. I think I'm good with just the pink. I want it to look like the beginning of spring. But whoever gets this, you can add as many florals in there as you want. You got the floral foams to start it with. I think I'm just going to do a couple of these, make a little swag at the top. Maybe add like 5 little bunches of this. And this came from Fancy Gap Pottery as well. It's a local place that's very, very affordable. These were $3.79. $3.79. And I've used a few of the stems already. I can see that I've cut them off already. I love that place. They've got beautiful greenery. And they're not too expensive. Okay, that looks good. I'm so sorry I'm missing comments, guys. I get in the zone too, and then I'm like, I don't forget you are there, because it'd be weird if I'm still talking to myself. But I forget to look at the comments sometimes. Please don't be mad. I will see them later tonight. I'll add a little bit more of this in here. I like it so good. It adds a little bit of color. Really makes that pink heart pop. Oh, thank you, Michelle. I appreciate you. You just bought one going to make a bird bath. Oh, very cool. I love watching birds too, guys. I have a bird feeder right outside my window right there, so I can wash dishes and watch the birds. There's a lot of cardinals here. Cardinals is my state's bird, Virginia. I know that cardinals are a lot of states' birds. We're not the only one. Okay, this is enough pink stuff. And then we're done. But I hope that you guys try these. They're so fun to make. And if you have kids of any age, even young adults, I feel like they would have a really good time making this. I'm gonna put a few daisies in the center, I think. And then that's it. They look like they done worked their way up to the top. Just a couple. Maybe 3. I'm just going to do 2 little daisies right in the middle. And I do have a little bird I'm going to add to, if that's all right with you guys. If I know I've been on here for a little bit. There's 2 little daisies. Then I'm going to put the little bird right on top. He was a snowbird. He's got some snow on him, but I'm just going to wipe that right off. Cute little bird. I think Elaine gave this to me. Elaine gave me a bunch of birds. I've used a lot of them, but cute little brown bird. Okay, and then I'm just going to put him right on the top, looking out at everybody. It's got a little clip. I'm going to take that. No, usually I take the clip off. Yeah, we're going to take the clip off and just glue them on. And I'm not going to do the door knocker, guys, but they do have on Amazon, you can get the large drawer pulls. They've got several different styles. They have some that look like a lion's head with the ring in its mouth. I use those a lot. I used to. So now I'm just getting my glue strings real quick. I'm going to melt all these glue strings away and get the loose moss. And then I'll turn off the lights and show you guys the final project here. But y'all can add tons of embellishments. You can put actual little fairies on here. You can pick those up at the Dollar Tree. You can put little signs or a mailbox, whatever you want to put in front of your fairy door is up to you. So let me turn off these lights and shut the door, and then I'll show you our finished project. I had a really good time. These things never get old. They're so fun. Okay. So you're not going to be able to see the light completely because let's go ahead and unplug this. Okay, I'll unplug the ring lights. So, my little bird flew the coop. I didn't let the glue dry. So this is a little door, and it does have a hanger, guys. So you just hang this right up on the tree. And then we added lights to the window, and it's got 3 different functions, so you can have them steadily on, slow flash, fast flash, or whatever. But you guys can do like a little walkway. You can add some rocks down here, little frogs, whatever you want to add to them. But I'm going to seal this with the force field here, and this will provide a waterproof UV protection And then I'll do a couple coats of the spray sealer just in case, right over top of it. And that's a gloss finish. So, all right. Anybody got any questions, comments, concerns? I'm going to do a couple giveaways. Guys, I will be honest with you, I'm 4 days behind on Happy Mail. So I'm going to work on that this evening, and then I'm off tomorrow, but I'm going to get out all the Happy Mail. Last time I was on Paint Pixie's page, we did the canisters, and I haven't sent out that Happy Mail yet, but I have it ready to go. So I've mailed every package and everything, but the napkins and stuff I've kind of got behind on, but they're ready to go. So I'm going to go ahead and scroll and find 3 winners, and then I'll get all that out tomorrow, okay? So Jane Pierce Tibbetts, you won a napkin pack, my friend. And there's a stink bug in here. Elaine Wrestler, you won some napkins, my friend. Gail Huckleberry Meadows, you won. And guys, please message me your address today. If I called your name, please message me your address. Tanya Smith, you won some napkins. And I already picked Jane. Jane, I just picked you again. Let me scroll down to the bottom. And Anita Carroll, you won some napkins. All right. So, guys, I think I will see you Friday. There's a possibility, like I'm off tomorrow, so I might take y'all to like a Goodwill or something, but I don't have any events scheduled. I need to work on Happy Mail and getting furniture painted. This is what we made today. Thank y'all so much for coming out. Thank you, Josie. Go check out Paint Pixie's products, guys. You'll love them. They're amazing, and I hope y'all have a good day. If you ever need anything at all, just message me. And you're never alone. You was amazing. Bye, everybody. Have a good day.